Okay, guys, so in this video, we're going to be looking at split text. And split text is going to take a little bit of imagination here. Okay, you can do some amazing things here. As you see in these demos, what split text does, we see that we have three of the same paragraph here. Okay, and what we're doing is, this first example is, it's taking that paragraph of text and it's breaking it up into individual lines and then animating those lines individually. Next up is it's going to take individual words. So here we are breaking up this sentence into individual words and animating each word independently. And then the last example is we're breaking it up into individual characters, then animating those characters individually. Okay? Pretty crazy. It's the settings are very simple to set this up, but kind of coming up with your own version of these animations is definitely going to take some imagination and some tinkering. Here we are. Let's look at this first example. And this example was the ability to split up into individual lines. Okay. So here we are. And basically all you need to do is check the box that says lines, and essentially you're done. Now you can add individual classes. So if you want to add a special class to each line, so then maybe you want to style it a certain way or things of that nature, you can do that with either CSS or Foundation 6 swatches. Okay. These are just optional, not requirement, but essentially all you need to do is check this box, whether or not you want to split this up by characters, words, or lines. Okay. Now here's the tricky bit. So now we need to look at the animation settings, and these are the same exact animation settings that we have available to us with the animate stack. Okay. But now what we're doing is these animation settings are getting applied to each individual character, word, or line. Okay. So look at these demos. You can kind of see what we're doing here. So for example, I think the easiest one to kind of look at is the this words one. Okay. And essentially what we're doing is we're scaling each word from 1.5. So imagine we're doing from. We're scaling it from 1.5 to its default, so to 1. So it's going from 50% larger down, and it's going from opacity 0. So essentially that's all it's doing, right? Let's look at that second demo. That's the simplest one here, where they're just scaling from opacity 0, 50% larger, down to the original size of the default size of that text. Pretty simple, right? Now, how do we get it so that each word is kind of going in sporadically? Now, the split text has some special timing options inside of animation timing. Now, the Drift Pro has this across all of the Drift Pro stacks, but this is the only Drift stack that has it. And this allows us to stagger our animations. So I have an entire video just on Stagger, but just really quickly, this allows you, when you turn this on, you define how to stagger your elements. So these particular ones, it's going to stagger each word by 0.1 seconds. And we're going to do random. You can also do start. Okay, so if we set this to be start, let's go ahead and change that. You see how the animation goes from the beginning over to the end, rather than it's kind of like more random, like I had it in the default. So if we set this to random again, you'll see how it's definitely more random. Okay. So staggering allows you to stagger the timing of each word in this case, or each line, or each character.